Hi friends, welcome to the next lesson, which is understanding Saptak. This follows the previous video on understanding swars in Indian classical music. Once you have understood the swars, which we have 12 swars as we talked about in the previous video, which has basically both major notes and the vikrit swars. The next important lesson in music theory is to understand the Saptak. Now, this video will try to understand what the Saptak is and what it is comprised of. And let's jump on in learning this. So Saptak is nothing but those who understand Hindi would know that Saptak stands for seven. Sapt means seven, and therefore Saptak is basically would necessarily translate to a series of seven major notes: sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, and that makes a musical scale in Indian classical music. So we talked about seven major and five vikrit swars. Now a combination of these is resulting in 12 swars. What is important to understand is in Western classical, the 12 swars, that is both major and vikrit swar, comprise one octave. So they refer Saptak as an octave. Now, basically, it's the same, and it refers basically to a continuation of these notes in different pitches. So an octave is basically it can be divided as a higher pitch, a middle pitch, or a lower pitch. So each octave is basically the 12 swars, but at a different pitch level. So basically it is divided into three pitch levels, which are the Mandra Saptak, as it is called in Indian classical, or the lower octave. Yeah. Then the next one is the Madhya Saptak, or the middle octave, and the Tar Saptak, which is the upper octave. So that's how you understand there are three pitch levels for these 12 swars to be represented into, and these form an octave. So here I have a picture of a harmonium, if you may call it, which you can, where you can see that how the three saptaks or octaves are defined, and of course the pitch level of the swars in these three are different. And what is also nice to see is that each of these saptak or an octave has all the 12 notes. So you could consider it to be sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni in one saptak, or if you want to see in a Western scenario, it will be C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. So continuation on this repetition of the pattern is considered a saptak. And this is so fundamental to understand the structure of scale in music, because of course there are 12 swars, but they can be sung or played at a different pitch level, and the pitch is called as a scale, or represented via an octave. So there are three main octaves or saptak, and they are Mandar Saptak, Madhya Saptak, or Tar Saptak. That's how we have to see this. Let me go to the next slide where I can try to make it more explicit. As you can see here, so the Mandar Saptak is the lower Saptak. Now it's an interesting thing to also note that the lower octave is on the left hand side of the musical instrument, and higher octave or the Tar Saptak is on the right hand side. So you gain the octave as you grow from lower, so the pitch changes, yeah. And this set from sa re, then komal re, komal ga, ga, ma, tivra ma, pa, dha, komal dha, ni, komal ni, and sa, which is the 12 swars. Actually, sa will start with the higher octave here, but at least these will form the middle octave or the madhya saptak. Yeah. I try to also highlight to you that why we talk of the pitch is important, because pitch actually translates to also the frequency level for these uh, 12 swars, because depending on the pitch you play the music, the frequency that is associated with that note or swar is different. So this is I have listed all the frequencies that are applicable for the notes or the swars in different octaves, and you might want to refer to them if you are interested into fine-tuning your instruments, or have an understanding of what is the difference between a sa, which is C in a lower octave, versus a sa, which is played in a higher octave. So the pitch levels is different. Yeah. So that's about the three octaves or the saptaks. I hope this was informative to you. If it was, and you like my way of explaining the theory around the Indian classical music foundation elements, then please subscribe to my channel. There will be more of such videos, and as we grow further we will also understand rags and also how they are played on instruments like sitar. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead of you. Bye bye.